All right, my Pungios, this is the Lakeside Bungalow Playhouse for 3 to 10-year-olds. This is a favorite at Sam's Club. It is quite the build, I'll be honest. I thought it was going to take a couple hours, and it ended up taking me over 5. So please plan between 5 and 7 hours if you're doing this alone compared to not. I do want to make sure and break down everything and show you what I liked and what I didn't like, and then we'll go into the installation. So obviously this is me after I've built it and put it together so you can see what it looks like. It is fabulous. It is so adorable. My daughter loves it so much. So firstly here, the hardest part I think was the roof for sure. Hardest being putting this, corner piece at the very top, fastening it and making sure that it stuck well, because it's got these weird grooves and it doesn't like hold tight. Inside of the roof, it's got these triangles that you're supposed to drill into, that's supposed to give you the leverage, but I can see that my roof is sagging because the heat has kind of started to warp it. This triangle face is really, really adorable and really cute. I couldn't get this angle right so you can see that it's off. And one of these pieces is longer than the other, and so it's not the easiest to put together. I would say that this was probably the second hardest. Third hardest was this platform here, as I kept mixing a lot of the screws. Other than that, it is a pretty straightforward build. It's not too difficult, I don't think. The instructions are pretty detailed, and I think they work out. What's up, my Pungios? Andy Vlogs, excited to share with you guys this content here. As the title suggests, we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to put together the Lakeside Bungalow Playhouse by KidKraft as seen at Sam's Club. Now, I have been looking for a playhouse for a long time because I want my daughter to have something outside to play with rather than rocks and old wood from my broken fence. With that said, I'm going to show you how to put this together step by step and help with your installation. With that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, this is a very heavy box. You're gonna need more than one person to do it, but I decided not to get help. So let's go ahead and disassemble. Let's go ahead and open up the box. The Lakeside Bungalow is a pre-built, super easy assembly. The dimensions are 4 feet long, 5 and 7 inches wide, and 5 and 3 inches high. It comes with 2 flower boxes, flowers obviously not included. It comes with a little fenced yard that you screw into the front door. It comes with pot, pan, and spatula. It comes with a kitchen sink and a cooking burner, a working doorbell, 2 chalkboard with chalk, but chalk not included, a doggy door, and then you can actually assemble it using the Built app if you want to do that. So it appears that we've got numbered 1 to 24. That was the highest number I saw of items here that come along with it. They're as big as the frame itself to as small as this little tiny supporting block here, number 19. So make sure you're not losing any of these things. I would make sure and go through in the instructions and read how many items come per item, per number, and then separate it out that way. The hardware is all in here, and it comes with screws, so you're going to need a drill, a screwdriver, an electric drill. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, step 1 is, with the help of a friend, you're going to need to lift up the foundation or the frame of it, and you're going to need to stretch it out. Hold on, Theodore.
I'm not your friend, I'm your son.
We're not friends? Okay. Obviously, you want to position it where you want your front door to be. And then you kind of just fold it out. It kind of just folds out. Careful. Don't pull with the door. Don't pull with the door. I'm not getting a dog.
He's gonna be tiny.
Watch out, Theodore. This is not for you. This is for Eleanor. All right. Okay, I've got it in the position that I want it. a decent location. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, step 2, you're going to be getting the 2 pieces, number 2 on it, and you're going to be drilling 4 screws into the base. That's going to keep it from closing on you. Okay, before you start drilling anything, make sure you've got the drill bit on. It comes with its own little drill bit. It's like a square head drill bit. It's weird. I'm reinforcing it right now.
Really easy.
Careful, please. You're going to break the door handle.
Not really easy.
Okay, so step 3 is the same process here, except we're going to be reinforcing the top here. So you're going to be placing and reinforcing number 2 block on this side and on this side of the windows. Okay, all done. So step 4 and 5 we're going to do all together. Basically, you're going to reinforce each side with 4 screws per side or corner, and then you're going to do the same thing on the back. What's nice is there are some holes that are already pre-cut to make this process super easy. I'm going to stagger all my screws here. I like to do that so you don't get any warping. You don't want to be drilling too far in. You don't need to just slam it in. You can have the head poke out a bit. You could get it flush, but I just, you know, easy does it. It's a very, very soft wood. After step 4 and 5, we're now going to install the doorbell, step 6. You're going to be getting the doorbell, which is piece number 2048-GBGY. There is a little pull tab that you pull off to have the battery activated. And then you want to use screws B to fasten it to the doorbell. It needs to be 24 3/8 inch. There's no pilot holes for it, so I'm just going to eyeball it. The direction of the doorbell, you want to have this extra small little square up, facing up, so that the doorbell is facing down. Pull the pull tab off. There's the doorbell. Measuring here, 24 3/8 inches is roughly all right, doorbell is all installed. Next step is putting in the mail flap. Mail flap, you're going to be using the same size screw, the B size screws. You're going to make sure that it's flush with the cutout in the wood. So there is a cross wood piece that goes across. You don't want to have the mailbox flap anywhere near this decoration is on the door. Let's jump into step 8. This is where you're going to be installing the door handle on the door, obviously. We're going to make sure that we use the same screws again. This is the B-size screw, and you need 2 of them. This time it is 50 centimeters high, or 19 and 11/16. So we'll just go by 50 centimeters. Ooh, it's actually metal. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's 2? 1 on each side? Step 9, we're going to be doing the same thing, using the same screws, the B-size screw on the back side. It's going to measure 29 centimeters from the door, not from the base. That's smaller. I guess that makes sense. Wow, that's right here? What? What? Why so low? Why don't I just stagger it? Why so low? You put something that locks. You're going to be screwing on the lock. So we will have this lower for sure. Okay, so 11 3/4 inches up. That's fine. Okay. Okay, the next step is pretty tricky. This is step 10, 11, and 12. We're going to be installing the mechanism that opens and closes your door. So you're going to be needing this metal slab piece with these tapped holes. You need this magnet mechanism, and then you need to have number 3, which is a block. I was looking forever for this block, and I thought it was a plastic piece, but it's actually a wood piece. So once we get to that step and we screw it on, you're going to be using C screws, which is a new screw, and B screws, which are screws that we've already used before. So let's first do step 10, which is placing the this flush piece up against the back side of the door. This needs to measure 17 inches from the bottom of the door, not the frame. So I'm going to get a B screw and then measure up and mark it. Now that I've marked it, that's where the bottom of the screw is going to be, and this piece needs to be flush with the door. We're going to go partially the way, and then all the way with this other one. It's probably best to use your right hand and just left hand. I'm left-handed. Okay, now that that's flush, we're going to move on to step 11, and now we're going to mount the magnet system to block C. You're going to align the plastic pieces, not the metal piece, but line the plastic piece in the middle, and then drill in C to C. Then we're going to fasten the block C to the frame here, and it measures, doesn't give me a measurement, but you need to close the door so that this piece and this piece connect. And you use G screws. You're going to kind of do it by eye. You're going to eyeball it here. Okay, next steps are going to be installing the windows. We're going to go ahead and install now the front door window, and then we're going to install the side door window. So you're going to be grabbing, firstly, 4754 WT. That's going to be the main window. Looks like this. And then you're going to be getting 6 size B screws. Now you want to install it from the back side, just like this. And again, I'm going to stagger them the best I can. All right, so step 14A is putting 8 on the top of each of the window sills, and then step 14B is going to be putting 6 on the back side. So let's do it. There you go. That was delightful. Okay, step 15 and 16. First, the 15, you need to put this supporting beam for this back, like serving tray thing, serving area where the doggy door is. So you can follow the same kind of a pattern as the earlier steps. You're going to be using screws E. Step 16 is you're going to be placing this different colored wood piece that acts as kind of like a serving area or extension. You're going to be lining it up flush with this back end and drilling 4 E screws into it. Okay, so next step is going to be doing the doggy door. This is 17 and 18. You need to have the washers that are labeled D and then the small screws labeled B as in Bravo. And you're going to be screwing 4 of them on according to the holes. I think having it flush with this supporting beam up here is best. It's a little too short. Darn. It's actually short. So I'm going to line the hem right here with it. So we'll just go like this. Not on this one, but another one you can. I'm fine with you doing that on another one. What?
I did
Please, Theodore. What did I say about you and knives? Next, hold on, Theodore. Next up is the serving area. We're going to be doing this T-miter connection with blocks 5. We need 2 blocks 5 and 2 screws E. You fit them right here. Put them right here. Screw them in with an E. These ones I'm going to make a little more flush into the wood because I don't want that to poke out when doing the serving area. Now you need to get the last number 2 with 4 E's and reinforce that edge. Okay, step 20, we are going to be placing the wood piece 7 with 1, 2, 6 C's. So let's go in and find C. With step 20, you got to make sure that you place it right in between the pieces and not have it too far left or too far right. It's got to be flush with the supporting piece that you put. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, now we're gonna go get these brown 8 pieces and we're gonna get 4 C's for each, which is a total of 8 C screws. It's warped. All right, that ends the serving area. This is now where we're going to be placing the sink and the cooker. Step 22, we are going to be placing the faucet on as well as the hot and cold pieces. Hot is always on the left, cold is on the right. That would be cute. Ah, it takes a screwdriver. Yeah, change the bit. Let me prep it. Okay, you hold the gun. Hold on. You have to hold it up. Okay, go. Keep going. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it on the wrong side.
Okay, you press the button. Okay, perfect. So now, when she twists it, it sounds like she's...
And then, what do we put
Okay, so we got that. I need to get the faucet now. Nope, the faucet just plops right on like that. We need to mount this. So I need to get my B screws. Yeah, let me get the B screws though. Oh, I'm so sweaty. From here to here, 21 centimeters. So here's 21. Right there. There to there. 2 centimeters. That's where that corner is right there. Get in the groove right there. Okay, drill. Push the button. Push down. Hold on, let me do it.
Got it down a little bit.
It's a little more tricky.
Do you hate it when it sounds like you're breaking something and then you stop what you're doing and then it's not actually broken?
Yeah, I hate that. Okay, we're finishing up step 23, where we're placing the cooker on right next to the sink. So you can drill it in itself, but you kind of just fit it into it, and then you can drill these two screws in. So we're gonna do 2 B's on the far left here, completing the little outside grill portion of the little this little bungalow. All right, moving on to step 24. There is this guardrail piece that we're going to be placing underneath or on top. Oh, this is where the spatulas go. Okay. So underneath here where you place your spatulas, it will go. Okay. We've got the hooks now for the spatula and forks and whatnot. We're going to move on to the next step. Step 25 is one of the hardest steps because you have to get this aligned right. So this is what the outcome is going to look like. You've got 10, 9, 13. Then you got this piece is 11 and these two side pieces are 12. Okay, so you have to get 10 and 11, and then you take H, which is a shorter screw, you drill it on the bottom one, and then you take I, which is the longer one, and you screw that above it. Once you do that, you take 11 and you fit it here, then you take 12, and the shorter piece here is what fits right there. So I'm going to take the sticker off. And fit it into this groove. It then aligns like that. Okay, once you've got them aligned, now we're going to take the last piece, which is 13. You're going to feed it into the groove, and then you're going to take screws H and I and complete. Again, H is on the outside, I is on the inside. No. Yep, there's even a male thing.
That's so good.
Okay, then we take I. We place I in to complete the shape. Step 29 and step 30 is where we're going to be placing these triangle pieces for the roof. Decide which one you want to put. I'm going to do this one right here. So you need to have 4 E pieces, and there's already some pilot holes here. So I've hired 2 workers here, my 2 kids, to help me. But they're not getting paid.
What? Why are they paying us?
Because you're my kids.
Money.
Okay, I need you guys to hold this.
Where? Dad, wrong side. KidKraft is right here.
I know.
Want the KidKraft?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so align the triangle right there. Align that one right there. This needs to be flush. Hold it. Okay, you guys are gonna have to hold this for the rest of your lives until Susie's done playing with it. Okay. All right, that's good. Let go. All right.
It just falls off. It's like this huge gap.
Push it over.
Oh wait, because there's already a screw. Look under.
Hold on, watch out.
There's literally a screw already.
Oh, I didn't drill that in all the way. Whoops.
Drill it out.
Oh! Yeah, that made me bleed.
Real out.
Ouch.
Right in the thumb. Nope. The wood has muscle.
No. It's the fiber that moves. Okay, the next step is putting in this little flat part where the doggy door is.
I wish we had a dog or a cat.
Okay, thanks. Okay, on this one we're doing these chalkboard things. On one side I'm going to make the clock, on the other side I'm going to do the chalkboard area.
Oh, why is it?
Are you playing with the knife?
Yeah.
The knife?
I stabbed it in like a master sword.
It's like school.
Oh,
Or it could be orders. It's on each side. Okay, you're done. Let go.
This thing is like stuck. Block.
Oh, perfect. I got the perfect amount. We are going to be connecting the supporting beams right here where it supports the roof. So you're going to get 14, block 14, and then 4 of these E's. The angle part needs to be down. Screw it in.
Okay, tell me when to stop. What the heck?
Screw it. Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
I do.
Good job.
That one's tighter than that one.
It's okay. A little bit tricky. You gotta make sure it's flush on the window right here, and then flush right before the, I guess the triangle thing goes up. Good. Hold on. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. The next step are the supporting beams, I guess. It's 15, and you need E and F. Okay, now we have to do F. There's 4 Fs, and they're the longer ones. They're the inside pieces because it's longer. All right, next step is the overhang over the door. So it takes 2 of the 16 pieces and 1 of the 17. The difference between 16 and 17 is 17 is the last end piece. These are kind of like shingles that you're going to be placing together and fastening them with A. Okay, this is step 36. 36 is not a good step. It's telling me that I need to put this supporting beam right here without fastening it to the frame. You just do it from the top, and I don't like that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing here and drill some pilot holes so I can drill a couple of E's in the back.
What the heck?
I drilled my pilot holes. Now we're gonna put the other drill thing on. Now that I've got those two in, I'm gonna fasten it on the back. Okay, feel much better about that. Now we're gonna finish off by putting the size B screws up on these shingles here to finish it off. Perfect. Okay, 38 is done. 37, we're gonna get 19. 19 is the real tiny one, and we're gonna get 2 C's. This is also gonna provide some support up here for this as this bows. Center it. All right, 38. You have these supporting bars that go right here in the windows. Alrighty, next up is to put in the windows now. 39, the windows in the front. So the window is gonna go like this.
So you need to use A's or B's?
B's.
It just fits like that.
Yep.
So what's the whole point of screwing it in?
It'll blow out. We're a good team, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, windows are all done. 40 to 46. Okay, next step is getting this piece, this big long plastic piece, and putting it on the tip here. It doesn't tell me to screw it in. Step 41 is to get the roof set up. Okay, so I have this thing, and I need your help holding this thing up. The grooves, so this groove right here, do you feel it grooves?
Yeah.
It needs to touch
Yeah.
the edge right here.
Yeah.
But let's have it go up.
We put like the blue part going the wrong way, and she has all the stripes like all over the window.
Cute L. Can you push this side up? I get it? Oh, I did. Okay. Okay, so now that we've got that, that was super tricky. Not easy to do. We need to get more C's and drill it to each side. Okay, I'll do the rest of those. Let's do this other slide. As long as you get it level, it is measured the right way.
Did you have started from the center?
No, there's these little pieces that you have to put in order to get that. It's really annoying. I'm gonna need your help again on that. Okay, so I've got a bunch more to drill in here. Let's get these ones. That does it.
I want to do one.
Oh. There's no real easy way to do this. But it gets kind of intuitive once you get there. My Pepsi? 47 requires you to get 4 of these C's and the triangle, 24 triangle blocks. So you're gonna line these, and you need to fit this right where the holes will be.
Oh, right here.
Like that.
Okay. It is.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
Push up, 3, 2, 1.
Push up. I'm so scared!
Why are you scared? Okay, keep holding it.
Oh, wait, Dad, show up the fence to go.
Coming, 3, 2, 1, coming. Is that in enough?
I thought it was gonna go through and stab me and go.
Okay, now put it.
That looks good, right?
This thing's gonna warp because of the sun.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean by warp? Dad, what does warp mean?
Uh-oh.
I held it as hard as I could. Whoa.
All right, that was a stupid part. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. Okay, I don't know how much of the roof part that you got, but that was very, very difficult. This is probably the weakest part of the whole thing. They should have had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They should have had 4 of these. Instead, they only have 2 of these supporting triangles. You can see that it's already warping here because exposure to the sun all day. So I don't like that at all. It was very difficult to get each one of these sides on because you had to make sure that it was, you know, clamped or clipped onto this plastic spot. Nonetheless, I think it'll last maybe a year, good. Okay, next step is 48. It's the easiest. You put the little pans on, the little hooks.
I want to do it.
You want to do the hooks? Come on, we'll do the hooks. So step 49, we're going to be creating our fence. So we're going to be taking this side like that and connecting it to, we're going to be taking 20 and 22 and connecting them. So 20 and 22 are going to connect like this. You're going to have these cross rails on the outside. A little tricky getting these guys together, but when you have this piece, this 21 piece, it's got this thing that pokes out. That means that that is going to be the face that you're going to be connecting it to. It's too hot out here. My camera keeps dying, but basically you're going to get 21 and 22. You're going to be getting the G and you're going to be affixing it to this. On the 21 piece, there's this little tiny lip that comes out, and that's where you're going to be adjoining 20 to it. From there, you're then going to adjoin 20 to the side of the house with G as well. Ideally, you want to have it flush with this inner piece. You don't want to go any further, else the door is going to hit into it. Oh, my finger! Your favorite sound, Tono. One of the last steps here, affixing this side fence, fixing this fence to the side. Very difficult because you're dealing with sometimes non-square items. Okay, step 52 is to get the little gardening buckets on these posts. Now you have to assemble the little birdhouse. These are stakes, but there's stakes here apparently that you can fasten this to have it, you know, go into the ground. I ain't gonna do that. These are no good stakes, so we're just gonna kind of leave it as is. I'm gonna hold on to these. All right, Pungos. Well, that's it. I'm exhausted. I'm done for good. I'm not doing any more tweaks. If you like this content, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Check out my Amazon affiliate link down in the description for a couple of Amazon equivalents and also the link to it on Sam's Club. With that said, hit like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more. Andy with Andy Vlogs, setting out.